right now. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sozo TV podcast family. It's such a joy to have you join us for another exciting edition of the Sozo TV podcast. My name is Presley, and as usual, today we will be discussing something very, very important on the podcast today. By now, you already know what we always say about the Sozo TV podcast. It's for men and those that love them. In a very short while, I would introduce the topic, but not before I share with you my panel, my guests, my voices, incredibly wise human beings that will be speaking to our subject for today. Now, today we have a guest joining us, so I'm going to start with her. All right. She's a life coach, therapist, and a bunch of other things. If anything, we're super excited to have her on the podcast at all. Ayo Lawrence, it's great to have you.
Thank you so much, Presley.
All right. And as usual, my not partners in crime now. Partners in what's the
men.
There we go. Men that I definitely look up to, and I do not say that lightly. Don Azubike, great to have you. What's that? Clock it.
Yeah.
And of course, Alausa Adewi.
All
right. So let's get into the conversation today. I'm bracing myself because I can already almost tell what direction this is going to go. The conversation or the title is simple, but it carries a lot of weight. I'm building up the suspense intentionally.
Let's go.
Do men forgive cheating or disrespect as long as it remains a secret? I like that you are deep sighing, because I suspect there's going to be a lot of deep sighs around the table for this particular episode. Do men forgive cheating or disrespect as long as it remains a secret? I want to start with you, Don. And the reason
You want to come?
Yes, I want to
Is that
start
right?
with you.
Is that right?
I want to start with you, Don. But let's take it bite by bite, right?
Okay.
First things first. Do men forgive cheating or disrespect? Before we get to the part, of it being a secret. Because we know that these are the two things that we could argue are the biggest deal breakers for men. Disrespect and maybe cheating. What are your thoughts?
So that depends really on what they stand to lose by losing their partner, their cheating partner, right?
Cheating partner?
Yes.
We have a term for it now.
Yes, so the person has cheated now. If the person has cheated, the person is a cheating partner, right? Or a cheated partner, whatever you want to say. But if the man is going to lose a lot, right? He's going to lose his children, going to lose his reputation, he's going to lose everything he has built, right? A man may consider, right? He may consider, but men, if he has nothing to lose, he will fight dirty. He will fight dirty, and he will destroy everything that is remaining.
So you're saying indirectly that there are men out there that can take disrespect?
Yes, there are men that can take disrespect, not because they want it, right, but because they've built a mechanism to deal with it.
We'll come back to this mechanism in a second, but I'd like to get your own thoughts. Disrespect, cheating.
You have to have. She's been married for over 20 years to one man.
Oh, there we go. Could you please say that again?
She's been married for over 20 years to one man.
Yes. So even though you are sharing with us the female POV, you definitely have a lot of experience speaking to this subject. So what are your own thoughts as well?
Do men forgive cheating or disrespect?
Yes.
So far, okay, we're looking at that.
Yes. First of all, we'll add the secret part of it later on, but let's speak to that part.
I'll look at it from this angle. Cheating in itself, it's something grave. It's something that shouldn't be taken lightly. You have gone outside what has been agreed, and it's something really, really, really grave, so to speak. And forgiving is not something that should be taken lightly, even by the other person as well.
Right.
Because you find out that there are times when people know that they have things to lose, they can just say it flippantly I forgive you.
Right.
But this is it's something that shouldn't just be overlooked. You both need to sit down and really talk about what happened, such that one, it doesn't happen again. Assuming this is the first time, and we're not looking at serial, cheating episodes. So it's something grave. And even if you say, I have forgiven, I don't think it's something that you just say once, I've forgiven, and let's just keep going on.
Right.
You have to sit down and really have deep conversations
And I'm going to
around
put her on the
what
spot. She's giving a
happened.
scientific answer. You are a therapist.
Yeah.
The men you've spoken with, do they forgive
Yeah.
cheating?
So that's why I'm saying that it's not something that you just gloss over, because you find out that they keep coming back. The issue is still being revisited.
Which means they did not
Anytime
forgive.
the woman wears gele to go and say,
Exactly.
they are
So
going
you
again.
so you really need to understand that there are even times you even say you've forgiven, but you've not dealt with the hurt.
Yeah.
And when anything looks like what happened, there's a trigger.
Right.
And you go back all over again. So you even have people say, oh, I've forgiven, but they leave out the place of the healing. So it's important when things like that happen, don't just mouth it. We need to go to the roots
Right.
and ensure that there is healing for the person that was cheated on. And we even find out what happened to you.
Right.
What made you to even go that path, down that path, that you found yourself in this particular space.
I definitely don't want us to get ahead of ourselves. I hear mechanism, I hear the concept of forgiveness, triggers, but I also want to get your own perspective as well before we then start to proceed. You're a man, right? So speaking from the point of view of a man, do men forgive cheating? Would a man forgive disrespect?
So I will answer it from two angles, and one from who a man is, and then from a position of maturity. A man does not forgive cheating, because deep in a man's makeup is the fact that this is my
Territory.
It's like, yes, it's my territory. Now, even if you watch Animal World, when a male lion is coming towards the lair,
World War
the
III.
guy charges.
Yeah.
So the makeup of a man is that this is my territory.
Yes.
And anytime you come in, you have not just slept with my wife, you have actually desecrated my territory.
Right. Right.
Now,
right.
somebody was saying that, don't forget that she moaned though. Someone was saying, you are going to forgive. Don't forget that she moaned.
Right. Right.
Don't forget that she dressed up, wore matching underwear.
Right.
So it was not something it wasn't rape. That it was something that she planned.
It was premeditated.
Yes, and then
Like
she
somebody
went and
gave somebody
did it.
access.
Yes, she went and did it.
Right.
And then she moaned. Plus, one boy said, "Don't forget that she even shaved," which means she planned it well.
Right.
And that you are looking at her and say, she doesn't even shave for me, and she does not wear matching underwear.
Right.
And then she went all through and then did that, and then it makes you feel very small. So a man, is this is
to be
even a small
taken lightly.
subset of it. Denying your husband conjugal rights alone can make him feel small. Not to talk of when he
Some
has
other
about
person.
cheating.
Right.
Now, men understand that before a woman is not flippant about her body, it's a sacred environment, and then for her to even give that
Allow
out
it.
is deep for a man, except she's into commercial sex work.
Right.
Then otherwise, if she's not hustling like that and it just happens, a man thinks deep that what could
Absolutely.
have happened?
For
Where
her
am
to
I
have.
with this woman? So it's difficult for a man to forgive. So I would say, if it's just a man, he won't forgive.
Right.
Now, but from the position
You mean
of
outwardly
maturity,
not forgive?
oh,
Okay, for
he
a
won't.
man. Okay.
For a man.
Okay.
But from the place of maturity,
Okay.
you begin to ask yourself, especially when you've done it before.
When the man doesn't.
Yes,
like
done
he-
it before.
He's
He has
guilty of the
cheated
same.
before, yes.
There we go. Okay.
That this woman let go. So it's my turn to be more mature now. Was I part of the reasons why she did this? Now, somebody will say there is no reason that is sufficient for her to do it. She could have walked away. Okay, and she didn't even confess. I found out. So is there any reason good enough? But you sit down, and then what will determine whether you let go or not is the probability of a recurrence. If it was a one-off,
Yeah.
she's sober about it, she has upfronted about it, and then you can think about all other things that are surrounded in your marriage, your children, life that you built and all that. I just say, this one off, God will help me. Don't fool yourself. It's not going to be easy to let go.
Yeah.
Right.
But with maturity, you can work on it. And that's where I said healing. You can work on it and let it out. And then you have to give yourself boundaries so that when you want to speak, you won't say, that's how you behave. You have to watch yourself, watch your language, watch your action, watch your speech, work on your trust quotient. Because really, when that
has gone to
woman
zero.
wears whatever again, something will say, she's going again. Especially you saying that she just wore new on this and she's dressing up.
They are matching and she
Yeah,
spends
she's
extra
going
time in the
again.
bathroom.
She's going again. So those things will happen. So you
Right.
have to now work on yourself.
Right.
But if as a man, I've not met many men that will forgive cheating.
Yeah.
Okay. But as a mature person, beyond just being a man, physiologically, facing life and understanding everything that goes into it, yes, you can let go.
Hello, everyone. I know you've been enjoying this conversation, and I don't want you to be the only one that will be able to take the nuggets out of it. So share with your friends, share with your families, and I also want you to like, subscribe even to the channel, and also let others know what you have been taking on from this particular episode of the Sozo TV podcast. And on that note, let's get back into the conversation.
But it has to
No,
be
so
deliberate.
one
Right.
thing that also makes it it makes it so difficult is that, even for the guys that have, been involved in cheating, men think that theirs is just more mechanical.
Yeah.
There's no heart to
You say
it.
it's just-
It's
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 just
the
lost.
sex.
Right. It's like a
It's
switch.
just-
You just turn it off and
It's
on.
just the sex that they have. But it's for a woman to decide that she wants to do
And
it.
a married woman, no.
And a married woman for that means she thought about it, she planned it, her heart has left the marriage.
Right.
Do you understand? So that excuse that men give
Yeah.
about just being a regular
Yeah.
It just
thing
happened.
that it just
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
They don't take it from women.
I like that we've put a lot of things on the table, but one common denominator that I'm pulling out of this is no matter the scenario, it's a grave circumstance.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking
Absolutely.
about how she's married, you are desecrating your territory. We're talking about the man forgiving or not forgiving, making it feel like it's a sweet. There's a lot of heart to it. And that's why I want to start with you now to say, does, completing the entire line, does it being done in secret then bring another dynamic to how a man would respond? Because some of the reasons why he would, like you said, not forgive from the jump is because he feels like something has been affected. You are now, people will see me differently, especially if they know about it. But in the events that nobody knows, to an extent, your territory is sort of kind of protected. Does it affect how you respond? But from a lady's perspective, and also like you had said earlier, married 20 years, and some
Not 20, over.
over 20 years, right?
25 years.
Correct.
There you go.
And that's just 20. Even the 5 on top of it, that's nothing.
There we go. Do men forgive cheating and disrespect as long as it remains a secret? And I'd like you to speak to it from a point of view of, the woman now, because this question speaks to the woman being the reason why this has happened at all.
Like you said, if it is enclosed,
Right.
to a large extent, the man still feels this is under
Covered.
control.
Right.
It's still covered. And the man also still sees his wife still being covered. There's something I always say as well, that when two people are married, what is expected of that relationship is the two of you covering each other and not, throwing yourselves out there for the world, to pounce on you. So when this is covered, as it were, I won't want to call it a secret. And the reason why I don't want to call it a secret is because you've done it with another person. It is not necessarily a secret because you don't know what that person
Will do with
will
it,
do
yeah.
with that
Right.
information.
Yeah.
But between the two of you, you are seeing it as covering each other. So, a matured man, let me use Alausa's words.
Yeah.
A matured man will forgive his wife
Yeah.
for cheating
Mm.
or disrespect and will cover her.
Yeah.
That's what I feel
Right.
from all that we have said.
Right,
Will
right.
cover her
That's what a mature man
and
would
not
do.
a mature man, and not allow the world, to just pounce on her and just, put her into shreds. But the thing behind that is the woman should also know that it's a blessing to have this kind of a person
Right.
in her life and not take him for granted because he has covered her, because he has forgiven her for cheating, for disrespecting, is not an opportunity for her to say, oh, he will do it again. No.
Yeah.
There should be a caution at that point in time. This has happened. Take it as a lesson. Take it as a feed forward, for yourself. And even to ask yourself, why did I even find myself? Or rather,
In this
what
scenario in
happened
the
to
first
me?
place. Yeah.
What happened to me? What made me to come this low such that I did this? It's a very important question the woman should answer. And the man also should be able to sit with her and help her process, even as he's also processing the hurt. Because the issue of cheating is as if there's a wound.
The sky is always there.
The sky is always there. And if it happens again, that means you are hitting the same
Right.
place and you are reopening the wound. So what you want is, you just want there to be a scar to remind the two of you your journey, because it's your journey. There's nothing you can do,
Right.
to remind the two of you of your journey, but not to reopen
The one.
that same wound again. you
Well,
know.
hold on. I wanted to ask, why are we putting cheating and disrespect in the same?
I mean,
No, it's both. Cheating is disrespect.
because-
So
you've
this is
disrespected-
my
you've
this is
disrespected
my
your marital
theory,
vows.
right? A married can survive cheating
Correct.
with respect, as against a marriage that has no cheating, but there's
A
disrespect.
lot of disrespect. Yes.
wait, hold on, Don.
I
You need to say
think,
that again. You
okay.
need to say that
So
again. Yeah.
a marriage that has cheating, but there's respect for the
But
man.
really, if there's
But is there
cheating,
respect?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to say.
So when a woman normally would show you respect, and maybe cheating does happen, right?
You may not even know.
You may not know, but when you
don't
then
dey carry
find
me
out,
where I don't know now.
No, you say that like this my wife, like this
You
one.
don't dey tough, small. What are you saying?
but my postulation is that if there is cheating, but there's respect for the man,
Uh-huh.
right? The marriage would last compared to when there's no cheating, but there is constant disrespect, in that home. That marriage will not last.
Question.
I think cheating in itself
It's
is
a it's a-
disrespectful.
Yeah.
The highest form
Yes.
of
Yeah,
It's
it's
a major-
disrespectful.
I
major
agree.
disrespect.
It's a
Yes.
So it's a
major.
form of disrespect.
It's a major form
So-
of disrespect.
Yes.
Yes.
However, you will be surprised that there are marriages that have had one or two of such situations that have survived.
Yeah.
But you see that marriage where a
So
man
we're talking about
and a
verbal
woman,
disrespect
All
now.
sorts.
no,
Verbal.
verbal
Yeah, this,
disrespect
yeah,
and
that.
all those kind of
Emotional,
disrespect in
yeah,
public
yes,
and in
public,
private.
yes.
You don't
It will
survive
not.
that
It
one.
won't
I
survive.
know
yes,
a
it
rich
will
man
not.
whose wife poured oil on
Oh,
his white agbada at a
no.
party.
What?
Oh no.
They were at a party. I knew them very well. They were.
Are they still together?
No, the man is dead. The children were with me in school. Open party. Big man. The man was an oil worker. Big man.
Oh, so they now poured
Big
oil.
man. They just had a
Stop.
disagreement, and the woman flared up and carried the
Bowl of
egusi vegetable in front on their table.
That's
The
domestic
white man's
violence,
agbada, and the man just might say, okay, remove the agbada that I'm model the wife and the one.
I'm curious. What happened after?
No, what the man did to the woman, it was his burial. when his son, that was a friend, was about to do the dust to dust rites, his elder brother appeared, which is an abnormal thing because they're Yorubas. His elder brother appeared with 3 adults. The man had 3 children outside marriage.
Oh no.
We thought he was a fool, that because the way he was open, the way the woman rode, just stamped upon him, and we just felt, why is this woman under juju? Because he was rich, very, very rich, not just comfortable, very rich. Because he was an oil worker. When they transferred him to Warri, he married a woman in Warri.
He started a new
a family in Warri.
Is it before the oil pouring or after the oil pouring?
No, the disrespect has been from inception.
It goes back to what you were saying about disrespect.
From inception.
And,
So the guy told himself that the only way I can get back at this woman and then have my peace is to have some peace outside the home.
Oh no.
So when he was transferred to Warri, he worked there for a few years. He married a woman there.
You won't be doing that.
The woman had children.
1 month on.
They transferred him to Port Harcourt, married another woman there, and so in Warri he had a daughter. In Port Harcourt he had a son and a daughter. Now the sad thing was that they had delayed childbearing.
This is with the lady that
with his wife. Yes, he had delayed. So all the children were older than the children at home.
No.
And at the point where this man died, we were in Patu University. The lady in Warri was already a qualified lawyer working.
Wow, the daughter.
The daughter in Warri. The one in Port Harcourt, the girl was a lawyer, the boy was a medical doctor. Qualified. So when they came for that burial, they were adults, and our friend was just still in school.
Wow.
Although the man told them that they can't come back to the house for anything. He had settled them.
Right.
But he just told them that
Just
what he
show up.
wanted from them is to show up on the day he's buried and do dust to dust before the children of the woman would do. That was his revenge.
Wow.
My friend relocated thereafter. He didn't finish in school with us. He went to London. I've not seen him in over 30 years.
I have so many questions. Like
That was his revenge.
This is just
And he kept quiet over there.
The sad thing for us was that nobody in the family told the wife. Because normally somebody will say, mama, see, this your husband. She didn't hear. She only found out
On that day.
at the graveside.
No, so obviously there was something wrong
From
in
the
that
beginning.
relationship.
We don't know what the man did, though. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know
Yes.
what the
Because the man
did,
could have
but-
done something. I don't know.
No, what will you do? So no matter we know you now. We know you. No matter what your wife does to you, you can't pour oil on her in public.
At a party, oh.
Which brings me to ask this question. It's a small digression, but I think it's useful. Of course, this story, there's a lot of angles to it that we can explore. But you were saying something about cheating and disrespect. Neither of them is okay, right? But is there a lesser evil?
You will be surprised that cheating is a lesser evil than disrespect for a lot of men.
Like what we saw now. It was disrespect.
Respect, yes.
And for that person, you saw what he did.
Yeah,
Yes.
because somebody would interpret this story
For
and say
him, that was huge.
the man did not even disrespect the woman by bringing the other kids into the picture
No, they,
all
they,
along.
they didn't
So
find
to
out
an-
at
to an
all.
extent, him keeping
That's
them outside
respectful.
was some
And
respect.
after the burial, they never came back. He had told them, do not come back. The man is actually from my village. Don't come back for anything at all. So he had built houses for their moms, sent them. They went to school abroad. This was we were still in part 2, done part 2.
Wow.
These guys were already qualified lawyers and
we-
medical doctors practicing.
So somebody would then argue
Yeah.
and say that maybe that's why the woman was constantly disrespecting.
But the woman didn't know.
Okay, so
So what would then would have caused the kind of
So
disrespect
that's why
that
we
would
don't know
make
their
oil?
story.
Exactly.
We don't know their story.
Exactly. I want to ask you this, right? There's a popular theory. Some people say that men are more concerned about public embarrassment than the actual betrayal itself. What are your
Oh, that is true. With the way men banter. See, if somebody catches their friend's wife somewhere, he may not tell the friend. It's the next time they are watching Arsenal versus Chelsea.
And they
And the guy says, they say, shut up. What are you that you cannot even control your home? Is it not your wife I saw under whatever? It's bantering. Now, how does a man react to that? You are in the midst of like 15 men.
moral
You are
of the
watching,
story?
and then you are an
Don't watch
Arsenal
football.
fan. You have already scored like 2. You are in your high element. As a Chelsea fan wants to get back, I say, what are you? You better go and face it. This is Arsenal you're running after. Better go and face your house. In fact, I even forget to tell you guys. I saw
No,
Mama so.
Not
that's
I
the
forgot to tell you guys.
No, men will do that. It's only a mature man that will keep it. But the way men are, for them it's bantering.
it's some men.
It's bantering. They're just talking.
Oh, see
And
the
it's
way I
like,
breathe.
what are we? They're just talking.
Yeah.
And so for a man, that can be damaging. You may not be able to stand up from that seat after that match. I just tell you, said that, how did this happen to me?
That
And
they
so-
are now
Like
using
it's
me
here.
Yes.
to settle quarrels.
Yes.
in
They
the
will
public.
they will on WhatsApp chats. They will say, but we told you not to marry that girl.
Right,
No.
right.
We told you, we told university. Shebi, it's not the first time now. Shebi, you remember in so and so Angola when that girl was in that guy's car, men will say it. Men will say, so that's why men pray that one of the greatest prayers that a man will pray is for a faithful wife and a responsible mother. Because those are two things that men hold dear, my mother and my wife. So if anything happens to those two, you want to kill yourself. And so this wife that you hold so dear can now become a sort of bantering among your friends. It's difficult for a man to let go. So what you do is that you want to show them that you are not weak. So
And
you
then
react.
you get back.
Right.
You
And
get
then
back
you
to
react.
her.
So you react.
I'll get
Right.
back at
You
her.
react.
Right.
You ready to lose everything so that you save face among your friends. That's why a mature man will tell himself, do I really need these friends?
Right.
And then you cut off.
Right. You know,
But then you need to be sure that this
Yeah.
person you are cutting off for understands
It's
the
worth
gravity of what is
the
happening.
cutting.
yeah.
If she doesn't understand it, maybe you are better off just bantering with your friends and having your
Peace.
Right.
peace.
Right.
Peace.
You know, it may sound like
serious.
Tales by Moonlight or like a Nollywood film, but we know that these things happen.
Yep.
You
Very
know,
much so.
and as much as possible, we also want to be able to help someone who might be going through such or know somebody who's going through such. So-
But Presley,
Yeah.
so because somebody will ask, watching will ask that, but men cheat and women forgive. Women, if I ask her now, if somebody, a friend is saying my husband cheated, all of you just say God will help. Let's hold hands and pray. How are you holding up?
that's in the
You know,
women's circle.
in the
now.
women's, why are you holding up? Nobody's going to make fun of you because your husband cheated. They're going to say it's on him. But in the man's world, they're going to say,
They won't hold hands and pray.
no. They're going to
Except
say,
you just reported to 3 of us.
yes, yes. In a man's world, they won't hold your hand to say it's on her.
Right.
They will say, in fact, let's even start. Do you reach down? Do you reach down? Maybe that woman is reacting to what you are doing. No.
Right.
It's always the man's fault in a man's world.
Yeah.
And so you ask yourself that, why do I want to go through this? And then you react. So
And that's why
even the way
you don't
people
forgive.
perceive
Yeah.
and draw the inferences and conclusions is different. The way
Yeah.
women treat it is different from the way. So if it happens to a woman, it's on the guy. If it happens to a guy, it's still on the guy. Because is it that
the
is
guy
it
is
that
going
is it
to
that
lose left and right.
yes, is it that you don't provide that's why she cheated, or you don't know how to make love that's because you are not satisfying her, or there's something that the guy did wrong that made the woman cheat.
And this is what makes it hard for the
It's
guy to
more
let
what makes
go
it
and
very
move on.
hard.
Right now, so speaking to that particular topic now, assuming there's a world where you actually come to live with it and you make progress, what does that look like? We touched on it earlier, but I'd like us to elaborate a bit more now, even as we start to wind down. And I want to start with you, Don, and go around the room. Somebody cheated, you feel hurt, you are disrespected. How do you fix it? You were speaking earlier to how if there's respect but there's cheating, it can work. What does that look like?
Okay, so let's look at cheating. Or which one should we look at it?
Let's look at the scenario where it has happened, and now they're thinking about moving
so,
on.
so it has happened is different from it's happening. They are two different things.
If it's happening,
It's happening.
firing squad. But it has happened.
Okay, so for if you have if one has a spouse that has cheated,
Yes.
right? I think the immediate thing would be for some sort of counseling,
Absolutely.
right, and therapy, right? Because there are obviously reasons why that happened, and there are implications to what has happened. So it's something you may need to sit down on the couch with a very experienced person. And now you take note that the experienced person must be someone that is willing to help you, not just to do
To
their
hear.
time. right? So there are two different kinds
Yeah.
of therapy.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
therapy can actually be a risk in the sense that you can go in as one and when
Oh yes,
people finish,
most times it
Eh?
just opens up.
it
and
just opens up,
you ask
and
yourself
then the
questions.
person is not trained to build back. So you must go to someone that is willing to not only hear but is willing to help you rebuild.
Right.
So that's one thing I would recommend, for everyone, right? But as much as possible, if you can both cover yourselves, right? Cover yourselves. There's no, you are not CNN. You are not. If everybody knows, it's not going to help you. So all this going from this my
and
friend
then social
to
media.
another friend to say, oh, this person did it. How does it help?
No,
you?
social media, you don't need to go around any longer. Just post.
You just
Women
post.
are useless.
Women are useless. So
Just
all
post.
those kind of things, it doesn't help you, right? So even if you want to, if you decide that this thing will not work between two of us, there is a mature way of doing it. For me till tomorrow, I always tell you guys that one of the most underrated people in scriptures is Joseph, the father of Jesus.
Yes,
Right.
I agree.
You see
Oh,
that man?
that
Yes.
guy is awesome.
That guy was an
I agree.
honorable. Sorry,
Yes, he's
the
awesome.
very honorable man.
Yes.
Honorable man.
Yes.
He said while he was still thinking in his heart how to put this woman away
Away,
Quietly, yeah.
secretly,
Quietly, yeah.
The
Without
angel spoke to
dishonoring
him.
her.
Yeah.
The angel spoke to him.
Yeah.
That's him thinking that this woman actually did something because
He
it
did.
doesn't
Eh,
make
but
sense.
she-
Like
and
this.
and this
Get
speaks
national.
to what we had talked about earlier, which was a lot of the time men are responding to the perception or how they feel, knowing that the outside world will come to find out that this has happened in their territory, and it makes them less of a man. This analogy you just
Yeah,
used,
yeah, yeah.
sort of let somebody know that you can be like Joseph in this scenario, to say you don't have to respond immediately the way that people expect. What do you think? I'd really like to
I
get your
think
thoughts as well.
I absolutely agree with what Don said. The man in question covering, the woman,
Yeah.
and not
And himself.
making and himself, because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you're
Because
actually
now,
covering
if you shame
yourself.
the woman,
Yes.
you shame yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
and not making it a public issue.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Right.
That's the way to go. Covering yourself and ensuring that whatever happened, and also ensuring that you go to, I'll say, a professional, someone that can hold your hands, that is trained to help in fidelity recovery.
Right.
So not just anybody, because people
Fidelity
recovery, yes, because not just not everybody can handle what happened.
Right.
And there are processes to it, so go to the right person that can help you, not just hear your story and say it is well.
Right.
Use it
The
to
Lord
preach
will
on Sunday.
strengthen
That
you.
things are happening in
Yeah.
this Lagos. Say a lady spoke to me last week that Omo.
No,
Right,
so that's
right.
not what we are looking at here, but
Yeah.
someone that will help you and hold what you have shared with him or her sacred
Yeah.
and walk you through that process.
Yeah.
I think that's a process that should be followed.
What do you think?
This thing is
It is. It's a lot. It's deep. It's very delicate.
it's very deep. What I would say is that because I discussed this with some of my friends and we sat down like 2-3 months. So a friend of ours came from US. So anytime he comes around, he will just call and then we go and have a sit down. And the gentleman told me after we were leaving, he said he will come more often to Nigeria just to have this sit down. And what one of my friends said at that meeting was that he sat down with his wife and said to his wife that, if I catch you cheating now, nothing will happen. And I said, why? He said, because I will ask myself, after like 25 years of marriage, where do I start from? That's so it's cheating. Then we talk about it. All of us will respect ourselves. And then we move on. And it got me thinking, so this gentleman has put this momentary pleasure, and to him is a small part of his existence, that would rather not disrupt his life because his wife cheated. So I asked him, come, are you still going to be intimate with her? He said, we'll talk about it. So maybe you sleep in the same room, something will still happen. And this was a guy, when we were growing up, that if he even hears that his girlfriend is talking to a guy, they can break up.
But he
But
said
many years
something,
after,
maturity.
he
Right.
told himself that
Growth.
this
Right.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Another uncle of mine who is all about town told me about five years ago that Mom Kaji his wife cheating. That nothing will happen. No. That where do you want to start Alausa? Is it the house? Is it the business that she's holding? Is it the children that are reporting to her? Where do I want to start my life? Am I going to marry another woman? That is not going to happen. That they will just talk about it, find out the reason, and move on. So when the stakes are high, men may think, like you said, earlier.
Right.
But what is important is that the person you are dealing with understands the gravity of what has happened. Because if it's repeated, then the disrespect multiplies. You will be able to handle it.
Right.
And immediately when your friends begin to banter about it, that her friend's wife is in the market. If you can take your Rolls Royce there, maybe she can help you. Because men will get to that extent.
Yes.
When it gets to the point where men begin to talk like that, you can't handle it any longer.
Yeah.
But if you are still able to cover it and control it, not speak about it, speak to only trusted people.
Yes.
Then understand that you too, one way or the other, you have done it, especially when you have done it before and they forgave you. Then don't behave like Jesus' junior brother, as if that is not holy.
Yeah.
And begin to protest because you did it and they caught you.
Right.
And they forgave you. So it's time for you now to extend grace. Okay, and also cover each other like they covered you at that time because you are not special.
Wow.
Without a doubt, it's a deep conversation that I don't even think we're able to exhaust. In this one episode, it's betrayal, it's the perception, the disrespect, the place of one person feeling slighted. It's also the need to forgive, forget, speak to valuable counsel that could then help you with progress. And it's just been a very interesting and robust conversation. You notice that I didn't even say so much. I was so excited to just listen to all three of you share. But the conversation doesn't end here. In the next segment, we'll be speaking to Daddy's Corner, just basically answering the questions that one or two of you might have, requiring us to speak to. But before we actually close out this bit, I think it's important to let somebody know if you or somebody that you know is going through something similar. I think that you might want to share this with them, have them watch this episode and understand some of the things we are trying to say. And just maybe we might even include the details of all of our speakers, and you can reach out to them privately to have a conversation. I just feel like somebody out there might actually need, just counsel, just some conversation beyond all of this. It's been Sozo TV Podcast. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you after the very, very short break. First of all, thank you to every single one of you who share your thoughts and comments with us week in, week out. It's such a joy to respond to every single one of them with the amount of wisdom that we have here on the table. Welcome back to Sozo TV Podcast. This is Daddy's Corner, where we respond to some of the questions and concerns that you have. Today, I'm going to read out this one, I'd have Don, Ayo, and of course, allow us to respond to it in a second. This person says, I met my girlfriend through my childhood friend. He's a playboy. He's talking about a childhood friend now. He's a playboy, so he always had plenty of girls around him. We both grew up in church, and coincidentally, she's a cousin to another friend of ours from the same church. He had a girlfriend but kept on chasing her and involved her cousins in the chase until she accepted. I met her after she accepted, and we became really close friends. He didn't have her time because he had a serious girlfriend, so naturally she was always complaining to me. They eventually broke up, and years later, she and I started to date. The relationship has become really serious, and I went to meet her parents. Her uncle was there and was against the relationship immediately because he was aware of her previous relationship with my other friend. Now her parents are against the relationship. She wants to marry me, but her parents are like, this is a big issue in our relationship, and they would not give their blessing. I don't know what to do. Should I leave or should I fight for our relationship?
Who is the person asking?
So say, for example, you're my friend from school.
And I'm
Let's say
looking at
my
the-
current girlfriend.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so
And now her parents are saying she and I can't be together because they know that
it's her parents
it's her parents
Okay.
and her uncle.
because of
They know that.
Because they know that she once
has
dated
dated
my friend
friend.
in the past, and it wasn't a great relationship.
So is it because they didn't behave well in that relationship and they are attacking
Or is it because of the conduct she
My immediate assumption would be they are translating the behavior of the friend
Onto
to this new person
Yes.
based on the fact that that relationship did not go well.
so the
but
not going well, was it as a result of the friend's misbehavior?
Oh yes. I mean, he did say that his friend is a playboy.
Okay.
and no, so the issue I think the parents will then have is that if you know that the guy is a playboy,
Yes.
how did you bring yourself?
No, I think the issue they have is that you can't go out with people that are close to each other.
Yes.
Look for another guy.
Yes.
Not this person that's almost family.
You're breaking the
Yes.
code.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like incest. You are going out with someone that is close to the family. Look for somebody else rather than. But for me, love finds.
Do you mean close to the family as in her family now, or close to the family of playboys?
No. What I mean is that
Because
from
they've
what
been friends
they've
before.
been
Exactly.
friends, so they're
maybe
saying yes.
they've seen them
I mean,
together,
but-
come home with
But what's wrong with marrying your friend, though? I mean, what's wrong with that?
It depends on the kind of friend, right? So it's so there's too much. What's this one that this lady said? There's so much
Familiarity?
entanglement. There's so much
Entanglement,
entanglement
yeah.
around this. So you also want to be very careful.
Because one would argue that parents feel a lot more secure with somebody that they've grown familiar with over time.
And familiar for what?
I
Yes.
Exactly. So that's where I'm coming from. I
But
think that
not when they are familiar with two people.
so I think that in this scenario, right, if we go back to the beginning, again, I have a friend that's a playboy, dated their daughter.
Yes.
They knew about the relationship. They know my friend, and they
And they
know
know
that
you.
they know me,
As
his
right, as his friend.
Mm.
Even though after a while, myself and their daughter started to get close because she was complaining to me about her boyfriend, right?
You to your logical koro.
There we go. The guy,
hope
I'm
the
using
boy
myself
will
as an
rebound.
example. So this is the angle I'm even coming from. I just believe that the parents feel like, one, you are your friend. If you are friends, you have you have similar tendencies, and there's a likelihood that you will do the same thing to a
So
child.
they are also even trying to protect her.
Yes.
Correct. In fact, that's the actual
Yes.
action. Trying to, because really, like, we talked about bantering.
Mm.
So if this guy is a playboy, there are things associated with playboys. They talk,
They
they
talk too
boast. They talk, they boast. There's ego. There's the man. You feel like the man and all that. Everybody's looking up to them. So one of the things that a man is careful about is somebody telling a story about their wife. Somebody told me something, was it not last week? He says, don't ever be with somebody that has ever seen your ecstasy face.
There's seen what now?
Don't be with someone that has seen your ecstasy face before.
Ecstasy.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is deep. It means that
Yeah, I need a second to.
so it was a friend was telling me that we were talking about old flames rekindling again and all that. So she was
Yeah.
saying no, it should never happen. Don't ever be with someone that has seen your ecstasy face
Right,
before.
right.
Oh, I get it.
Let me
So-
let me say it in pidgin English. Like somebody said to me one time, old firewood catches fire quick.
Correct.
Okafor's law, right?
So
Something like that.
so what this
something like
person so what they are protecting her from is that you will still be in the circle where this playboy.
Yes.
be.
Yes. Yes.
That's what they are protecting her from.
Yes.
And then this playboy would have bantered about you to his friends. And then this your intended will probably be part of those friends. And so you can imagine
See you in
on
another-
the day of his wedding, he comes and say, "Hey guy, you are the one married so and so babe. You're just sharing babe. Oh." You know how guys talk.
Oh,
Say he
Lord.
does the share babe, he does the share babe. So you don't do your own, don't do your own. Say now wow.
Now you carry on.
And now he's
Now you
not.
carry
And
on,
at this
now you
point,
win.
he's not talking about a
Now,
babe.
they are just gisting, but the heart of the man is saying, so now me carry him last. Now me carry him last. So, but if it's not somebody you know, big deal. Or it's somebody you know, and that's what they're protecting her from.
So while there's even his question, which is should he fight for the relationship, there's an underlying question we should also be asking, which is how does he feel being in this scenario? Because
Can
this
he-
would always
can he
come up.
tolerate
Can
the
he
banter
tolerate
that
the
will
banter
come?
that will come up?
And
Uh,
I
big
even
wives,
mentioned that
wives.
it may even be a rebound.
Yeah.
Because she has been confiding.
Yeah,
in
but it's
you.
a few years later. So they've had time.
And so
Like
it
off
does not matter. It doesn't
It
matter
still
because
has that.
grown
she
comfortable
feels
with
it.
like
She feels
She's
safe.
like, yeah, she feels like she knows him
he knows
because
her, we
he was
share
always
thoughts.
the
He's
one telling
that
her,
calms me
calm down,
down.
calm
So
down.
I have a live example that I had. 3 brothers, 2 elders, and then the last born from the same mom. So the brothers were all of them comfortable, but the elder brothers were rich. So in those days, early 40 something years ago, they tripped. They went around universities and they went out with babes. So the first guy went out with a particular guy and said, that girl is sexy, Ebon. So his senior brother looked for the same girl to have that same experience. The girl didn't know they were related.
Oh Lord.
Went out with that other
Oh
one too.
my God.
And then say, what you said is true. And then many years later, the junior brother who's the last born of the family, lives in America, comes on, meets the girl, and they start a relationship. And then he gets serious with the girl and brings her home. And as they entered, they met in the Mead brother's house. And as he entered, the Mead brother said, I've seen this girl before. And this was like 15 or odd years after. I've seen this girl before. And they started asking questions. And it turned out to be that same girl that he recommended to his elder brother. Shortly after his elder brother came in.
He too goes, I've seen her.
And he says, I know this girl.
Mm.
And he said, and they told his brother, no, it's not going to happen. And the brother told them point blank that it will not happen if you can still sleep with this girl. But if you cannot, then it's going to happen. Incidentally, the girl that told him about her earlier life, this one and that one, how she used to roll and all that. So when he was listening to his brothers, it wasn't strange. He had already dealt with it. Okay? And he told his brothers that the only reason that I will listen to you is if you tell me that you have seen this girl around Lagos or you slept with her again, or that otherwise it's not going to happen. They been married now for about 20 years.
Shout out to quality men.
Yes. And
We see you.
and I will,
All right.
I won't lie to you.
Click.
Out of that, so one of the brothers is dead now. Out of that clique, that family, their marriage has been one of the best. One of the best. But because the gentleman had already dealt with it,
Yeah.
The lady herself has come out of
yes, not that he will hide though. And then this guy will now hear, and then will now begin to ask, will now say, actually, it is true. I used to, no. You have to come out. And then because she had come out, she confided in him. The guy loved her, and he refused. And they're still together. One of the best marriages in that family. Even the people that were saying you can't marry, their marriages crumbled and all that. His own did not crumble.
And that just brings me to what I usually tell people, that we are not holistics.
All right.
Because we've done something in the past does not lock us into that space. We just need to take that feedback
So,
and move on.
so in
friend,
simple terms,
He has a lot of work to do.
there you go.
Can he sit down with that kind of story and not be moved? And not take it out on his girl or his wife when he gets home? As the wife, also come up front to everything that happened between her and that playboy, so that when they start to banter, he's not hearing it for the first time.
And because it will definitely
Because he will definitely hear it.
Yeah.
Because playboys, the only way they can hurt you is to take something, feel better than you. And the only way that guy will feel better than you as the winner is to tell you that, what are you saying? Is she money? Oh, she's not money. You are not eating this post. That do you see there's something at the back of no, they no, they will push you.
Right.
So if you cannot withstand that push,
Yeah.
don't go ahead.
So that brings me now to one thing I would like to add. If you then decide to move ahead, you have no business with that friend.
That friend.
That friendship.
Except that friend is responsible.
No, there's
But-
no. You
but
don't
not
need that
born again.
friendship. You don't need that friendship.
They could be
In your
business
life.
partners. If he's responsible, then fine. But if he's not responsible, then you have to cut him off.
Yeah,
The playboy.
That the playboy.
There should be
The-
boundaries.
Yeah, there has to
There
be
should be
so
boundaries.
much boundaries, not just regular boundaries.
Boundaries.
So much
Deliberate
boundaries.
ones.
Yeah. It's not the type where we can be discussing your wife or my wife. That if you are able to deal with that, you can go ahead.
So we've established that this is a very important topic, but how does he deal with the parents though? Because that was his actual
It's
question.
not negotiation.
It's to negotiate with them. Like that story I gave. The guy told them, that I'm going ahead. except you can tell me this and this and this. Otherwise, I'm moving ahead. This is the girl I like, I love, and I want to settle down with. So except you can convince me otherwise. And then he went ahead, but he was ready to deal with all the backlash, and they dealt with it, and they're happy. But if you can't deal with it, then
That's
If you can't fight,
don't go ahead.
Don't go.
Fight for that girl. And the girl is fighting for you.
Right. Right. Do you have any final words?
I'll just say that it's important that you know what you want and you go for what you want. Very important. Don't let what you're hearing, the noise in the market, to take your focus off that which you know you want and is best for you.
Right.
I would say be sure that thing also wants you.
Right.
because if you finish fighting,
So that the energy,
It's
Right.
the same.
It's
There's
the same.
alignment, there's
Yeah,
agreement.
there's a reciprocity. Right.
maybe I'll finally put that. You know, when God says don't do something, it's not because he's trying to be a killjoy. These are some of the things he's trying to protect us from.
Right.
You understand? So if you live your life in such a way that we now friends will be, but when it now begins with, oh, let's go to bed, let's do this one, it brings a lot of entanglement into your life that you may not be you may not be able to deal with.
Right.
So the purer you are, the better your life.
the better.
Do you understand?
Right.
Yes.
Better
It does
your
not mean that pure people don't make mistakes. It just
yes.
means that it reduces the kind of mistakes
Yes,
they
that
will
you
make.
Right. As usual, it's been a very, very solid and quality conversation on this episode of the Sozo TV podcast. It's a good time to share this with someone that you think that this will be useful to. If you also have some time, I'd advise that you go back, binge watch on our previous episodes as well. There are gems there that I believe will be very, very useful to you. Thank you so much for being there. We'll see you on the next episode of the Sozo TV podcast. See you again.
All right. Adios.
Right now.